the Bernie people, who are more or less trying to make America into Canada or Denmark or something like that, which I think is naive, because America is another kind of experiment. It is not a country that wants to be Europe. It wanted to break away from Europe, and it worships individualism. And essentially, politics, they didn't really want politics to be a big deal in their country. So they did want to have the checks and balances, and they wanted to make sure that, the real activity was economic. And it was getting out there, you know, it's like the pilgrim joke, two pilgrims on the boat on the Mayflower saying, well, I'm coming over for religious freedom, but after that I'm getting into real estate. So, and they want, and they want to judge themselves really by their exceptionalism, by the 1 in 1,000 that does something that no human has ever done. Whether it's build one of these things, whether it's put a man on the moon, or whatever. And another joke I had was, okay, they put the man on the moon, then the Canadian comes and makes it livable, right? So they want to be a society going far. They want to be, and that's why environmentalism does so poorly down there, because the whole, in fact, I was at a conference, what can green learn from pink? Because they were successful on gender, about same-sex marriage and all of that, at least one of the more successful things that they did. The problem is that on the right there is this sense that the Bible told us that the planet is here for our dominion. It's for us to exploit. And whereas the Greens hate humans, they actually would vote with the animals to vote us off the planet if they could, because, you know, if the animals all met, I don't know how well we do. The dogs, maybe, because a lot of them like cats, they wouldn't give a shit, but most of the other would, you know, kind of say...
Raccoons could take over the city.
Right. But so what Trump represents is the sense of American exceptionalism that we really shouldn't need government. And so it's a libertarian idea, and there are a lot of very smart, thoughtful libertarians, Rand Paul and I guess Ron Paul, essentially want as little government as possible. Their belief is that everyone is starting from the same starting line, and all they have to do is work their ass off, and they will succeed. They will achieve that. And so it's very different from the Canadian or the Bernie Sanders crowd who says, well, actually, I don't think everybody does start from the same. Not everybody actually is born on second or whatever. George Bush was born on third, of course. But, so we all say, well, actually, some people really were born, you know, very poor, so we actually have to help them. And to really help people, we're going to have to help some more than others to actually have everybody at the... They just don't want to hear any of that stuff at all. And they believe in America as the country, the best country in the world, where you can start with nothing and end up as the richest person in the country. And so the mythology, you start in a garage, you end up with Microsoft. The data, of course, says that that is less and less so than it was in the 50s or than it was a long time ago. That essentially America is becoming the country it left, and it's developing a class system. And to the extent that there's a meritocracy in America, it's that the people in the top quintile or the top two with good parents, working very hard, getting their kids in the right daycare, getting their kids in the right school, those kids will succeed. So there will be merit, because they will be competing against other kids who have those advantages. They won't be competing with a kid in the bottom quintile.